zero. Another day, another chance, another way, another dance. JP, I discussing to you all about something that we've been going over so far. So in chapter 11, we're gonna be going over something called Redux card. So it's pretty much CRUD functionality again, except we're gonna be basing it on prices and stuff. So that's what we're gonna be basing it on, and you're gonna be using React, no Firebase, just pure React. So before I go on to what I need to go on over to, I just need to introduce my navigator. So my navigator is gonna be Ernest, and he's gonna be navigating my video. So without further ado, let me introduce you all to Ernest. Hello, Ernest. So
Hello there, hello, hi everyone.
I'll make you famous, bro.
Yeah,
Making you famous here. Yeah, yeah.
to
So short.
share.
Yeah. So
So,
without a
our chapter 11, uh, React with Redux.
yeah, React.
By the way, did you say I should introduce the chapter, or I'm gonna go through the code?
Yeah, no, you doing the introduction.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Because I saw you had already kind of like introduced it.
yeah,
So, okay, so our chapter 11 integrates Redux, into React using our React Redux, what can I say, dependency, because we install it. Then we implemented, a shopping cart. In that shopping cart, it has a add, remove, product logic, and then the component using Redux state via connect. Remember, states can be changed and props can't. Just a
yeah,
quick reminder.
yeah,
And then we dispatching Redux action from the child's component. So we'll have Camilo will go through our main codes.
yeah,
So basically, we are creating a shopping cart, and you can see we just like a reminder of how to create a shopping cart because we did one in our introduction to programming, and so it is not new to us. It's like and now we're using it in Redux, module. And okay, we would let me also add that we would have an add product component. So it uses local states from the input, but we send data to Redux on submit.
yeah,
And then we have our cart component, which gets Redux cart
yeah,
state and display product list. So this chapter shows real world application state
yeah.
management with Redux. So Camilo,
So
it's
without a
on
f-
to you
so without a
to
further
show us, yeah, our add, product and cart.js.
no problem, man, no problem.
If you want, I can go through our reducer. Remember, I introduced our reducer like in our previous chapter,
Yeah,
and here we have a full reducer. What can I say? Components.
right.
But
It's
get to you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can introduce a reducer. It's fine. So without further ado,
Okay.
let me begin discussing the code. Let me begin discussing the code. Okay, okay. So without further ado, let's go. Okay. So as you can see here, we have something called add .js. So we got imports, right? Import React from React, import card container from card container, and the function app, return div class name container empty4 Redux card, and then you got our card container. So what happens is we're importing our card container, but we've got something called Redux card. So that's the name. Right. So what app.js does is it imports our file into our main app.js. So main functionality for our app, gets imported is pretty much the importation of like our card container. So we import React. which is what it does. So our React module from our library, and then our card container from card container function app return Redux card, then card container, then export default app. So the reason why we're exporting it is so that other files or codes will be able to import our app into like the other files. So that's pretty much what we have. Then add product.js. So what this does is it adds functionality to our add product button. So it pretty much handles our name change and handles our price change. So class add products extends components. So state product name. So the reason why we have empty brackets here is because the functionality or the value in which you're gonna add it varies. It's not static. So there's not a so there's not like a specific value that we need to add. It's not fixated. It
Yeah, that's why.
varies. Yeah.
Sorry, that's why like, I made a quick reminder of states and props.
Yes.
States can be, can be changed.
Yeah. States can be changed. So the states can be changed. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty much what he's talking about.
Initially, so initially we're just gonna have an empty, what you call it, an empty,
Prop.
what do you call it?
A prop.
An empty state.
Yeah. An empty state.
The
Yeah.
empty state. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, the state that we're gonna have is gonna be empty. Then we're gonna handle name change. So then we got a parameter here which is e, and then this is equal to or greater than this dot state product name. So e dot target dot value. So these are pretty much conditions that we have in order to handle our value. So handle add equals e, so equal to or greater than e dot prevent default. So you can if statement. So if we don't have this state project name or we don't have this state product price, then we're going to return this props add product this dot state product name and this state product price. Then this state product name. So then we can empty state and then we're gonna product price, which is gonna be an empty state. Then we're gonna render a return, which is our form inline on submit. This handle add form group class name input type placeholder value unchanged. This dot handle name change. Then form group input type number placeholder product price value equals this dot state product price unchanged. This dot handle price change, and then you got a button add product and so on and so forth. Then export default add product, so on and so forth. And then you got a cart.js that's pretty much responsible for the functionality of our total amount. So import React add product table button. So class cart so renders a return. Class name container, then th scope, product name, product price, action, then props.product cart.map, key equals product name, then product name, so on and so forth, and unclick. This props online delete product, remove, then total amounts, and then cart container. This is pretty much our container. So this actually has our so on add product our event listener. So on add products with the parameters which is name price, we're gonna dispatch add product and the product data product name, product price, and then so on and so forth. So import connect from React Redux, import card from card, and then yeah, so on and so forth. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with. And then we got yeah, and then Ernest is pretty much gonna go over our reducer.js. So handing it over to
Yeah.
Ernest. Are you gonna use my screen or your screen?
Let me see if I can. Okay, I can see your screen. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so remember the reducer is like is reducer is like the states or okay, it's like a middleware. I would say it's the middleware, that checks the state of our state. If we're adding or if we're removing product. So you can see here, we declare our initial state to be total price zero, and then product of the product cut. It's empty. It's an empty object. So we go on to like the functionality. So function of our cut reducer takes in of a parameter of the state equals to initial. Is that equal? Is that equal?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The state will take in. Can you go? Okay. Yeah. The state will be equal, which will be our parameter. Our parameter would have our initial state
Yeah.
and our action. So we have a switch here, a switch case
Yep.
statement here. So we have a type of action, and the type of action in this case add product. So when we're adding product, we take in a variable of add price, and add price will be equals to number of what? Number we take in parameter of action, the product, the product data, and the product price. So which will just take the price of our product, or it will display zero, and then it will return a state, which will return the current state which we've given to it, and then total cost would be the state of our total price plus the price which we just added. So we know it's always going to be the price which we added because our total price initially is zero. And then our product cart, which was empty initially, will now have the state of our product cart, and then the action, and then product data, which is basically will just display our product in which we just added. And then now, in the case of delete product, we declare our delete price to have our delete price, which will be the number
Yeah.
of which will just take in the parameter of action, product data, product price, or return zero, and then we'll have a return statement that will return our product current state, which is in right now, and then our total price would be our state, the total cost minus delete price, and then which would just be since we would since we'd give it a value, it would just we're just removing our delete price from our total cost. Then we will have our product cost, which will have a filter. Basically, this will just remove our product. That's what this function is doing here. And then we come to our default and return a state. So initially, our default state would be that initial state which we declared in our first. Kevin, can you just scroll up to line one, which will just be our default state is just our initial state, which will just be total to be zero, and our product cart to be empty. So that's initially our default state will be like that, and then whatever we do, then when we add a product, we'll like add a product, and then we'll plus our total, we will plus our current state of total cost to that new product in which we added, and when we remove, so whatever the state at which our total cost is in, we minus it by this information to our store. To our store. Where do we have our store? Which is basically to our cart.js. And yeah, that's what our reducer does.
No problem, man. Thank you very much. So without further ado, let's actually go to the actual app. So is my debugger on? Okay, it's on. It's on. So as you can see here, we got my, my product name. So let me just say computer, then product price. Let's
Let's
make
just
it
okay.
two,
Yeah, 2000.
$2,000, and then add product. So as you can see here, it's pretty much got crowd functionality except for one which is like update. So it's pretty much CRD instead of CRUD. And then you got let's see keyboard,
Same app. Yeah, keyboard.
keyboard, and then keyboards. Then 500. Yeah, seems much for a keyboard, man. And then let's add product. So as you can see here, we got our computer keyboards. Then our total amount is 2,500. Then as you can see, our WebSocket client is being used here. So WebSocket client, yeah. So that's what is we're seeing here. So we got product names, total amount 2.5 grand, and then product name, product price, add products. And then yeah, that's what you're pretty much dealing with here.
And you just take up like the computer so we can see our new state.
So then I'll show you. So as soon as we remove our new state, remove it. As you can see, here, the total amount is going to be 500.
Awesome.
So that's pretty much what we're dealing with. And to tell you what a website client is, it's a software library API application that connects to a website server, enabling full duplex persistent real-time communication over a single TCP connection, unlike traditional HTTP requests. So hypertext,
Okay.
yeah, transfer protocol, pretty much it's not being used. We're using like a secure URL. So the WS that we're
Yeah.
making use of is pretty much the one that we're making use of when we're adding products, or we're pretty much using our TCPs for products. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with here.
Awesome.
As you can see here in my debugged function here. And then as you can see, the amount of time it takes to transform our data into info, and then yeah, you can see it here. And that's pretty much it for chapter 11.
Awesome. Me too. There's nothing I want to add.
No problem, man. Thank you very much. Take care. Lord bless. And Ernest, I'll see you for our
I feel
chapter
like that was
12.
clear enough.
Yeah, I'll see you for my chapter 12. See you for that, man. See you. Cheers.
Cool. So, how does your chapter 12 look like? I'm not getting anything.
Really? Okay, okay, I'll go. Okay, hello, hooks.
Yeah,
Uh,
how it works.
I actually, okay,
What what is it displaying in the front end? Just can you quickly show me? I just want to see.
um,
Otherwise, I don't think we'll do chapter 12 now. Maybe a bit later in the day.
okay, no problem. So
Life
we
has
already had
problems.
uses, use fetch uses .js.
Like, can you run the app? So
Uh,
I want to see what the front end,
I'll show you
what how
this
is it
now.
looking.
I just need
Yeah.
to get the development service started. Then once that's
Okay.
started, I'll show you. Okay, so my thing has been deprecated so far. My service gonna start just now.
I actually need help with my. I told you before, but now, like, I want to actually do it. Like, I want to finish up with that HTMX. I told you I had a problem with with Cloudinary.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Even the tutorial, even from the tutorial, it was working until Cloudinary came along. Then my app just stopped working. I could no longer like add contacts in my to add contacts to my contact manager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem, man. No problem. I'm just waiting for my server to get started. I don't know why it takes so long. Usually doesn't, but yeah, I'm just waiting for that. Come on, Hello Scripts, come on.
Did you close the one from the previous chapter?
I know I did.